Okay, so our last video is about light waves. So we're toggling back and forth between sound and light. Okay, so let's look at light. First thing we do is turn the light on. Okay, we'll want to take our wave meter, and again, I would suggest you just stick one sensor in. Okay, so you're recording the light waves. You may also want to select the graph. Okay, just another way to look at things. May be helpful, but it kind of reproduces what's here, so you can use that or not. Okay. The main things that you want to look at with light, though, is we want to explore how frequency works and also how amplitude works. Okay. So let's look first at frequency. Okay. So frequency, if I move that slider, you can see that the colors change. Okay. So if I reduce the frequency, notice how the light waves, the wavelength is longer, a lower frequency. The color is now a dark red. If I increase that frequency a little bit and make the wavelengths a little bit shorter, it's now a sort of a brighter red. If I move the slider to even shorter wavelengths, okay, so now you can see here that the wavelengths are even shorter. The color that I see is blue. And if I make the wavelengths really short, okay, so now the wavelengths are really short, I see like a sort of a purple, or I guess technically it's indigo, but I would call that a purple. Okay, so by changing the frequency of the light waves, we change the color that we perceive. Our eyes are sensitive to the wavelengths of light, and something looks red because it's reflecting long wavelengths. Something looks blue or purple because it's reflecting short wavelengths. Okay, now let's look at amplitude. Um, so we can do the same thing. We'll leave it in the middle as far as frequency. Let's reduce the amplitude. Okay, so now you see on your graph meter here, your wave meter, that very low amplitude wave. So we have a dim green light. And if we increase the amplitude, now the waves have much greater amplitude and it's a brighter green light. Okay. And you can also, top view and side view, again, because light occurs in a three-dimensional space, it doesn't really make any difference which way you look at it. And you also have a pulse function here. You want to just emit a burst of light to see what happens. Okay, but that's about it for what you'll need for light waves.